What's up, bitches?
Hold on. Turning off my Wi-Fi. Okay, got it. Did I freeze or anything?
No, dude. You're just live. Just being
Hi,
technologically. You're just being technologically embarrassing in front of everybody. No big deal. What's up, Crazy 823?
Hi guys.
What's up, Getty? This dude's rocking. Getty Lee's nose. This is my new favorite dude.
These days?
I don't know. I don't get the name. Getty Lee's nose. I just love the name.
Yo, I got a new name. My name's Rosemary Gigante's nose.
Rosemary Gigantes. How is it Wednesday already again? Getty Lee's nose, killing it.
Killing it with that.
Big ol' smiley. Woo. We'd like to welcome everyone to the Humpday Show featuring our co-host, Getty Lee's nose.
Not to be concerned, not to be confused with Gettysburg's nose, which was a Civil War battle.
Oh.
Zing! Oh, man.
I did. Presley Canal's up in the house. This dude makes killer videos. If you haven't checked him out already, there's the screen name on the screen. ERB fans, check him out. He makes some great videos, great raps, great sounds. That's Dustin from the Patreon. Lloyd.
We got a lot of talented people who enjoy this show. That's very encouraging. If everybody that liked our show wasn't like, if they all made crappy videos, I'd be a little bit bummed. But most of them make great videos.
They're solid videos.
Encourages me.
They're solid. Oh, Getty Lee's nose had to make it weird. Something about daddies. I'm out weird.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Bazoinks.
You're replaced by 619 the Dominator.
Alright, I'm looking at. Wait. The Dominator. Oh shit. Okay, got it.
Lloyd, you
guys,
are
like my first time.
You
on
are
the
like
internet.
a grandpa uncle over there on the technology.
You don't know what it's like, Peter. I'm at the mercy of this technology. Why do they make words that are hard to understand hard to say?
Like technology?
Technology.
I don't find that hard.
Or like endocrine system. Or,
This is a good place to start. No, this is. I'm serious. This is a question on the screen. You ready? Question on the screen. Coming out
ready.
blasting. First of all, what's up, Lloyd? Nice to see you.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
you?
Nice to see you.
Big
What's
Kid
that?
Rant 3 wants to go. What's going on, ERB? Anything interesting happened over the last week? Oh man!
Do you even know?
But we can't talk about any of it. Not here. It's just we can't. And we were just talking about this. So Lloyd and I meet for a half an hour before we go live to talk about stuff. We meet. We look at each other's faces. And we were like, we can't talk about anything. We're thick. We are knee deep in making rap battles, but we can't. We'll let out all the surprises, so we can't talk about anything. So
There is a certain amount of secrecy that is an integral part of the epic rap battles of history canon.
it's
And
important. I don't know
Gotta
why.
stick to it. Well, it's like a toy in the bottom of the cereal box. If you know what it already is,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Even though you know it's going to be cheap and shitty, just like a rap battle, you got to have the surprise so you can see. That, dude, that's the best metaphor I've heard in a long time.
Thanks, buddy. Well, I do my best to keep my metaphors childlike and appropriate for all ages.
Oh, that was great. I tried to explain to my 2-year-old the difference between a metaphor and an analogy the other day.
That seems rushed.
Well, what I realized is I don't understand it. I don't know it.
The difference between a metaphor and an analogy?
I don't understand it. If you do,
I
I'm
don't
going to
think there
be
is.
on the floor.
I think they're synonyms.
Is one of them an animal? No, that's the one where that's when you anthropomorphize, I believe, is when you make something take on the qualities of an animal. If you say, oh, that keyboard is fuzzy or cute, that's a weird example.
All I know is that a simile is like or as. That's what I remember from 11th grade English class. They taught us these things very late.
So hold on. Can somebody tell us what's the difference between a metaphor and an analogy? We're going to put it on screen.
Okay.
We're getting a lot of backup, by the way. A lot of people had our backs, not cheap quality. We're just joking. When I said the rap battles are like a toy in a cereal box.
The one player says metaphor is a comparison not using like or as.
What?
So
I pretend to be smart on YouTube, but I am not. What does that mean? Metaphor is a comparison, not using like.
So like if I was to say you
That
you're so
tree is
strong, you could be Superman's younger brother. That's an analogy,
all
maybe?
right.
Or like our vocabulary is so limited, it's like we never graduated high school.
Anyway, what it made me realize, Lloyd, is I've been sleeping on the parenting tip of the week. Last couple of weeks, I haven't asked you any questions
Right.
about parenting.
That's right. And I've been sleeping on. Okay, great. Go hit me.
All
Hit
right,
me.
I'm
What do
gonna
you got?
hit you. So
Don't hit
here
your
it
kid.
is.
I'm gonna say that. There's
Here
my
it
first.
is. Hey, tough. It's what
Hey,
was
tough.
it? Hold on. It was a good one. Oh, meat, man.
Meat.
So all the time we read books about ducks, geese,
Oh.
chickens, pigs, cows. And the other day I go to give my dog a treat. I'm like, my 2-year-old is like, what's that? I was like, oh, it's a duck treat. She's like, a duck treat? What? What's a duck treat? And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a treat. Ha. Oh, you're not ready for this because I want to be honest with her. You know, I want to be transparent. But I wasn't ready to be like, well, they take a duck that you love reading about and they kill it and they rip its flesh off and feed it to it. Like, it felt weird. What do I do? What do I do?
First of all, that's a great question. No one's ever asked me that before, and I've been asked a lot of questions about kids. Because it is a little bit weird because you have these books where they're your best friends. It's like weird when they have like a can of tuna and the logo for the tuna is like a big smiling tuna.
That tuna's not happy. You're right, man. It's all weird. Like
All
the
his
meat
friends and
industry's
family are in there.
the meat industry's messed up. We all know that. That's just a given, right? The meat industry's messed up, but we try to make responsible choices with our meat. We try whenever possible to get free range, whatever the hell that even means. You know what I mean? We try, but
I think maybe you have to say that if you want to be real with her, tell her the difference between a story duck and a real duck. And in real life, people eat animals because that's how nature works. And like their energy gets absorbed into us and we use that. And then when we die, the earth sort of absorbs us back into itself. So it's sort of like eating us back. Unless you get burnt up or something.
Sure. Okay. No, I like this. This is deep.
You know,
man, you are just killing it with the wisdom today.
I am a wizard with being an uncle. I'm an uncle wizard.
I like this bit about the difference between, because definitely storybook ducks, they hide with each other. They're friends occasionally with the horse. You know what I mean? When was the last time you saw a duck and a horse hanging out? Fucking never.
Yeah.
They're not
they
buds.
Talk.
They're not bros. Yeah, they talk. That's another good point. And then when we go see ducks, there's a pond nearby where there's some ducks, and we'll go see them. And I'd be like, don't those look delicious? Those are real ducks. You know what I mean? But I don't personally eat duck. I think duck is gross, but my dog loves it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's a good thing to do. Maybe real ducks, story ducks, real animals, story animals, nature. Go by
Go to nature. Yeah. Tony S says you should have invited Zach for this conversation. Zach, as you may or may not know, is 100% vegan. Not Lloyd. The viewers out there. Zach Sherman, played Albert Einstein, et cetera, is vegan. And he's not like, I wouldn't call him preachy about it, but he's outspoken about it. He believes in it.
Yeah. And I think for Zach, it's twofold. I think he does it for his health, but he does it. I think the first fold is the moral fold for Zach.
Yes.
And then the health just falls right into.
Which is also, I have a moral fold. I wish, I don't love eating meat, but I love eating meat. That's the problem.
Yeah.
FoxDoc has, and I placed it on the screen, what I believe is the all-encompassing definition of analogy. An analogy is a general term where you use one pool of knowledge to convey information about another subject. A metaphor is a specific type of linguistic analogy where you compare two things without using... Oh, fucking dope, FoxDoc! That kills it!
Using what?
Okay, so a metaphor is a specific kind of analogy. Like a square is a specific kind of rectangle.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So a metaphor is a kind of analogy.
Yeah.
An analogy. Okay. I got to put it on the screen again.
It's a subset. Thanks to everybody who's donating in the chat. Very, very, very generous of you. Always appreciate that. Don't think we don't see you. We love you, and we try to put that money to good use every time, right into the productions. We're working on stuff really hard. So I'll probably always say that as many times as I can during every live stream, because I'll never get used to it. Because people are very generous. So thank you, and yeah.
We'll try to earn it.
Yeah. Earn this. Isn't that what he says at the end of Saving Private Ryan?
I believe so.
earned this.
Man, I've tried to watch Saving Private Ryan, and I mean, I like watching the beginning, and then I'm like, I can't go on this whole journey. But that beginning of Saving Private Ryan, that's a Steven Spielberg movie.
I mean, if you want to teach your kid about meat, just let her watch the beginning of Saving Private Ryan.
Wow, dude. Not ready for that jump yet. I did, however, solve the puzzle of, you may or might not know out there, my 2-year-old daughter loves old Star Wars figures. And I was like, how do I show her the movies? She's going to be so confused. When do I do that? They're super violent. All her, in her world right now, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Princess Leia are married and have a baby who's Yoda. That's like the game she's playing.
Okay.
Anyway, on YouTube, I found all these stop-motion animation Star Wars figure movies.
Wow.
It's the perfect bridge. So she gets to watch her figures do Star Wars stories. It's working out. We're transitioning.
All right. Transition.
Parenting question number 2 for you, Lloyd.
Okay.
How old should my daughter be before I show her a Star Wars movie?
7?
Whoa! I did not expect a number that big. 7?
Maybe.
5?
I saw Empire Strikes Back in the theater when I was like 6.
Did it scare you?
It scared me.
Okay, too much? What scared you? The monster?
Yoda.
Yoda scared you?
The swamp, and like the bats and the mist and the sinking ship into a, Dagobah or whatever. That was too much for my little brain.
The swamp. Okay, yeah, and he goes into the swamp, like the dark part, and he fights his own face or whatever.
I never made that far.
Oh, wow, it's just like swamp. That's too funny.
Yoda.
Man, my daughter, if there's a sad page in a book, she'll just like turn that page. You get to a book and she's like, I don't like this part. We're just going to keep on moving. Like, often in these kids' books, the mom and the kids get separated. It's like a common theme.
Yeah.
And that makes her super sad. Every time she comes to that page, she's just like, fuck that part of the story.
This is dumb. Let's just skip to when they get back together again.
Exactly. That's her favorite part.
Oh, my goodness.
What
do we have? Updates, Patreon updates. Thank you all for being patrons. If you're out there, our patrons are really dear to us. If you want to check out our Patreon.
And that's where we're talking about all the juicy stuff. I'm sorry we can't do it here. It's just we don't want to give away all the surprises.
Yeah. I sent a Star Wars helmet to Ireland yesterday, which was it's always fun when I walk into the UPS and I have a cool ass Star Wars helmet.
Hold on. What happened? I'm getting a call. I was getting a call. How do I do it? Hold on. Is this working? Is this going to work?
It's going to work? I have no idea.
Did it work? I just booted Lloyd.
Oh, no.
Okay, so this doesn't work. Great. Okay. Look, we were trying to see if we can accept a guest, because we may have a big guest at some point. And so I was like, a tool, can you call in on Skype and see what happens? And it just kicked out Lloyd.
All right, let's get Lloyd back.
Nah, man, let's talk shit about him. What I want to know, and the people want to know out there, what's your least favorite thing about Lloyd?
Least favorite thing about Lloyd.
Real question. What is a unique challenge about working with Lloyd on set that's different from me? Like, I've got my challenges. What is hard about Lloyd that I don't do? Why am I better than Lloyd?
I just had a duck sandwich. I'm so fulfilled, and this is questions out of the gate.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna hang up on you and bring Lloyd back. That did not work.
No.
Well, it worked for you. I could see you.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is a better show than the one me and Lloyd do. This is the Atul and Pete show. It's called the Humpday Show. Bye, Atul.
Bye, bye, guys.
Hello? Is it just me now? Oh, it's just me. Hey, guys. I'm here to talk a lot of smack about both Atul and Lloyd. They're unprofessional. They don't know how to rap. I taught Lloyd everything he knows about rap. Let me call Lloyd back. Excuse me. I'm going to put on some music, and I'm going to try and make this work, because this is lonely. Rap music. Oh, now there's sound. So I just
It's our
explained to
first
Lloyd
day.
what happened. That when a tool called, it kicked Lloyd off, and we just decided we're gonna call a tool and see if that works.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. How do I do it?
Cool.
I don't know how to do this. Never mind. It's just you and me.
It's just you and me, buddy.
For a moment there, it was just me, and it felt simultaneously like super intimate and super weird. But for one moment, I was like, I miss this. I miss making videos that's just me on the screen. But then it also felt super weird.
It's odd how I can feel you people out there.
Oh, yeah.
You're not here in my room, but I can feel you. When there's live and that little light goes on, it feels like I'm looking into the tunnel on the Doc Brown versus Doctor Who one we did, where it's
Sure.
like that digital thing. That's what it feels. Yeah.
Someone made a 10-hour loop of that, and it made me very happy.
Yeah, that's a mess. That's the best.
Someone
Unknown Time Lord just said, wish I could be on the Patreon still, but here's what I can manage. Can't wait for part 2.
Oh, bro.
Much love from Wyoming. No worries, dude. Shout out to Wyoming. That's where my wife is from and my family on her side.
You're good, Unknown Time Lord. I want to tell you all our secrets. Maybe I'll find a way to direct message you all of our secrets.
A direct message. I'm trying to come up with a couple of things that have to do with direct messaging for a couple of surprises that will drop in a couple of weeks. That's all I'm going to say about it. Live stream.
I don't know.
You'll have to tune in to find new developments.
Is that about your own personal music, or is that are you trying to write rap battle jokes about direct messages?
No, I'm trying to. I'm coming up with
Oh,
processes
okay.
for the ERB Humpday show.
Great.
But I do have new music coming out. I have 2 new songs that are very close to being ready that I'm excited to show everybody. I've been going back and I realized that when we started doing YouTube, there was no like Instagram, and I had probably a
Is that
whole
true?
lot less Facebook friends. Yeah. And so
They had Twitter. There was no Instagram.
There was no Instagram.
That's fucking weird.
I know. And so like a lot of my old songs never got on Instagram, and all those people like a different crowd of people. So I was like, oh, I can kind of like, what else am I doing during the day?
Sure.
So I have been uploading them to Instagram, and it's really fun. So
I'll tell you what you're doing, Lloyd. You're sending me amazing demos. It's been a really interesting part. It's been this process of making rap battles without ever being in the same room has been weird. But I also kind of like there's demos flying around between you, me, Zach, some dudes in Scotland.
Yeah.
Like this is it's also very interesting. It's an interesting way to collaborate and make music. I'm excited about them.
It is not slower. I will say that the time between times when I really dive into it is longer, so I guess it's slower in that way. But when I start writing, it's not slower.
No, it's
actually
cooking.
faster.
It's cooking.
Yeah.
We're cooking.
Yeah. We're cooking with grease.
We're cooking.
We're cooking with. What were we talking about on? Oh yeah, no, we can't say that either. Jeez, I gotta.
Yeah, it's limiting.
dang mouth
It's
shut.
limiting. I know. It was when we started doing Humpday shows. Everything was kind of like theoretical. You know what I mean? Now that stuff is on the burner, we can't talk about anything. Sorry. Look, we'll talk to you about stuff. What do you want to talk about? You got any questions out there?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We can take some questions. We can talk about matchups today. We're gonna watch a battle a little bit later, I think.
I'm gonna fire some matchups at you, Lloyd. Seinfeld versus I Love Lucy.
You mean Lucy? What's Lucy's last name in the show?
Desi Arnaz,
yeah.
Lucy Arnaz.
Nah. Thumbs down.
All right. Alex Trebek versus Jeff Probst. Who's Jeff Probst? I gotta Google Jeff Probst. Who is that?
I think maybe he hosts the Whose Line Is It Anyway show.
Is that true? He is an American game show host. Survivor. Same difference, dude.
Oh,
Whose Line
boy.
Is It Anyway? Survivor. They're basically the same show.
Yeah, definitely.
Boring then. Okay, here's one thing we should talk about. Well, I put it on the screen. Okay, let me preface this so I don't get emotional. We talked on our Patreon live stream about the election battle, about the possibility of doing that. I just talked to Ed, our manager, who also weighs in on things. Before this, what do you think of this, Lloyd? What if we don't talk about that until the 4th of July? So we don't have to decide now.
Fine.
And the 4th of July, we'll open it up as a box of decision making. We'll discuss it with both the patrons, the fans here on YouTube, and with each other.
On our Independence Day?
On our Independence Day, we decide whether or not we're going to make an election rap battle this year. Because I personally don't fucking want to.
Deal. Did you hear that LA is supposed to open up on July 4th as well?
Is that the day?
Yeah, that's what they like put out. That's what they're hoping to do, July 4th. It's like, if you don't want people to rush into the streets en masse, why would you do that on July 4th?
It's a fair question. I have no idea. All I know is what a wonderful time to be an introvert.
Oh, I know. You are an introvert. This is not as difficult for you as for many people.
No.
Because on that level, I will say.
Yeah.
I think there are other things that make it difficult,
of course.
But you don't, like, even on tour, we'd be like in the middle of like Austria. You'd be like, yeah, probably gonna turn in.
Sit in my room by myself. No, look, I like computers. Freshly Canal asks, when will the loud intro announcer that screams epic rap return? Are you talking about how lately I've been making the announcer be a quieter voice? Kind of like, and it used to come blasting out. It used to be like,
yeah.
Which,
is that true? I'm trying to think.
It's kind of true. It's kind of true.
Yeah, in this season, Wolverine was pretty low.
They've all been more mysterious.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Zusk. There you go. Zusk.
Close enough.
Was pretty like digitally. I think Burger King McDonald's was pretty happening.
Was I yelling?
It was pretty happening.
Oh,
maybe,
wow. Look at Atul fucking checking us in the dummy box. Lucille Ball is her name.
Oy.
Lucille Ball. And we called her Lucy Arnaz. Oh, well,
that's her,
God.
No, that's her character on the show.
Is Lucy Arnaz?
Right.
No. Wait, is it? Dude, I'm so embarrassed. But we didn't know her name. Lucille Ball. What's the I Love Lucy character?
Because her husband was Desi.
Arnaz.
Yeah, it's like she's like Roseanne. It's Roseanne Barr. Wait, but on the show she's Roseanne Arnold.
Okay,
so
all right.
It's the same first name, different last name. If anybody wants to see Atul, he does some funny sketches. You should check out. There's a Twitch page for the West Side Comedy Theater. Shameless plug. But Atul does sketches on them in there. I think so, Atul. And we should be able to share links with you pretty soon. He does some pretty funny stuff with his group out there. So stay tuned.
If you tell me in advance, bro, I can put links up on the screen. Look at all this stuff I can do. Here's a picture of Caligula.
What's the West Side Comedy Twitch page? I think it's twitch.com/West Side Comedy.
I don't even know what a Twitch is, man. That sounds like an epilepsy problem to me. Here's one for you, Lloyd. Vader versus Hitler round 4. What's your thoughts?
This is a popular question.
I know. It won't die.
The only way that tickles me is if we do the prequel. If we do young Hitler, like art school Hitler.
Which is so fucking boring.
Anakin.
Art school Hitler sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Art school Hitler is just like a boring guy with seedlings of mental illness.
Yeah. I think there's a propensity in our day and age to want to live in the echo of something that was dope. And
Lloyd fucking dropping bombs today.
Like, just let the trilogy be what it was. I think it was a great trilogy.
I agree. Well, I think it was a great 2 battles, and the third one was also there, and had a really cool. Hold on, Lloyd Alquist quote just now. I think we like to live in the echoes of something that was dope. What a profound thought, man.
Been writing a lot of raps lately.
You put on one blue T-shirt and you just go places.
Go Clips.
What
we got? Should we watch a battle?
We should watch a battle. And I'm hungry.
Who is this Lloyd? Someone says. That's funny.
Newbie Lemon wants to know when's the next battle. It's in the works, dog. Yeah. It's in the works. We don't know when we're going to release it, but we got fires cooking.
Yeah, we're still within our normal mid-season break, I would say. Is that kind of
whatever?
Yeah, that's not a lot of normal for us.
Whatever you want to say. Let's watch. We're gonna react to a battle, an old battle, We're gonna watch an old episode of Epic Rap Battles of History. Which one should we watch? Can you guys chime in? Yeah. We're just gonna pluck one at random that you suggest.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we should do everyone that has ever been number 1 most subbed on YouTube in a giant battle, like PewDiePie and Ray William Johnson
and Niga Higa and
Shane Dawson.
I just gotta say this. Saying Niga Higa makes me nervous every time
Makes
I
your
do it.
butthole clench, doesn't it? Yeah.
Every
Yeah, it's a
time
clencher.
I do
It's
it.
a clencher. It's a whole clencher for sure.
Good.
It's like Niga Higa. It feels so weird. You're not used to saying Neeg. You know what I mean? That part is just like, what? No. G and N
Yeah.
should never be that close.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's I hear you, bro. It's an odd name. Like, did it hold back his fame or did it increase it because everyone was like, who?
I don't know. I've never really dove into it. I have to imagine that maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, and
No. That's
No?
what is it? Nige, Hige? I don't think so. It's Niga Higa, and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the suggestions we're getting. Jesus, Rimini. My brain just farted on itself. Oh, by the way, Lloyd, I wanted to tell you this. 7:30 in the morning this morning, which is not particularly early actually, but is when I woke up and I was asked to help change a diaper. So I grabbed the baby, changing a diaper, and sometimes when you lift their legs, they fart, right? So I'm lifting the legs and I hear a fart and I'm like, oh no. And he diarrheas. And my instinct is to catch it in my hand. So I move my hand to his butthole and a human being diarrheas into my hands. And I'm just holding it like soup. You know what I mean? Like split piece soup. And 7:30 in the morning, like I'm still like, what? And it's just a diarrhea bowl in my hands. And that's my day. That's how it started. And I love my kids. I love this life. But man, it's hard to shake that shit off. Like, it's just too much shit in your hands too early. You can't wash them. You know, you're just holding it. You can't abandon your baby. So you're just like, what the? And then you're just like, huh? Like, where do you do?
Did you just put it right back on? I'm like, you take this.
Yeah, I ate it.
Ugh.
No, I threw it in the sink and then I gagged a little bit, like not a real deep gag, but definitely like, ah.
Yeah, we this is sort of a downer turn, but we had to let our cat go on Friday.
Your cat is a spirit angel.
Rest in peace to our very, very lovely cat, Isabel. But she was doing a little bit of that all over the house, and you would be like, what's she doing with her? Oh God! And it would just be spray, all over the wall, and you're like, oh gosh. So yeah.
God rest her small feline soul. She was a sweet cat.
Shout out. I feel, you know what, not to get too personal about it, but there was a sadness in me about it, and that is very normal. But I also felt happy on the whole because it's that cat's life was one of the things in my life that I actually did well, start to finish.
Aww.
You know what I mean? It was really sad, but it was time, and I know in my heart that I didn't do it wrong. So that was the way I felt about that. It helps a little bit if you ever have to lose a pet.
Now that's some dopeness you can live in the echo of.
There you go.
Good cat parenting. Pets are, when you get a pet, you're just waiting for the day they die. They're gonna die before you two, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, that's chipper.
Yeah, right.
Watch ERB #1 again. So we're getting Spielberg, Hitchcock, Henson versus Lee, Jack versus Hannibal. The first one, Bill O'Reilly versus.
Can we watch Henson versus Lee? I love that one.
Henson versus Lee. It is. Arcade Productions also says that, unless they were also the first one. Dragon's Blood says it. Let's do it. Y'all ready for this? It might take me a minute. Hold on.
Versus Lee. If you got questions about this particular batter, put them up now because it takes a second for us to see them. But when they happen.
That is true.
So if you have specific questions, shout them up.
Here we go. Loving the beat.
I don't see anything.
Really?
It's my first day on the internet.
Wait, do you really not see anything? Hold on. We'll try and fix that.
I really don't.
Well,
it's hard to react to a battle when I don't see it.
Oh, I wasn't sharing the screen with you. 1 second.
Oh my God, girl.
All this technology. Now can you see?
There it is.
Hey, all right, let's start from the beginning.
Characters to play. This was one of my favorite characters to play.
Stanley?
Oh my God. It was a joy. You know why? Because he
reminds you of your cat?
Wasn't a stretch.
Too soon?
He reminds me of my uncle Nick and my cousin Sal and my other uncle Nick and my other cousin Sal. But it was a comfortable outfit and the character was happy and it was kind of part me anyway.
Sure. Yeah. This guy, yeah. This just looks like Lloyd. Yeah. It does look like a comfy outfit too.
Oh, those shoes, bro. They were like isotomers or some shit like that.
It's taken me some time to appreciate this this comic book store that Andrew Sherman made. I'm
By
pretty sure
hand.
Andrew Sherman made this, but look at how much he cheated. Like, he just put these random windows in the back so we could see some more sky. Like, it just looks like, and I get it, I love it, because we had to have movement, and he couldn't make comic books moving. But he definitely was like, I'll just cut a hole in the back of the wall. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool
big.
digital comic book shop.
Yeah, and it's tilted in the right way. That's extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite performances of yours as
Thanks,
well.
bud. Thanks, man. Put a lot of work into it. I got a bunch of puppeting DVDs and was like practicing. I had a bunch of puppets, and this Kermit puppet is from a Lithuanian teen. I think she was a teen. Why do I think she was a teen? Somebody in Lithuania made it.
I remember we had a little bit of trouble with it because when we were picking the shot for this, something on Kermit's neck was tilted in a little bit of a way, and like the take from you was perfect, but like Kermit's neck wasn't right, and it was like his neck is like more important than you in this shot.
Totally. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
definitely two actors. It was definitely really interesting to be two people. I've never done anything like that before or since, but to even try to do it for a second was really, really interesting. All right, here we go.
Greetings, heroes. Stan Lee's here.
First of all, Lloyd, you're looking swole back there. I know, like that's where you and Stan Lee different. It looks like you could put a large pizza on your back, and that's.
The battle. It's
Well, I was trying to do the whole thing.
I know.
Against the
Okay,
geek.
there
You are doing the whole thing.
I'm just your friendly neighborhood writer man with a secret identity of a super MC whose raps are
Yes.
as dark as my shade. You're squealing like.
It's one of my. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I like how this beat changes here.
Now, Jimmy, you dirty old hippie, your beard needs a little bit of snip. Damn skippy. Heck, that face
Yeah.
on your neck ain't sexy. Your one pot sweetums, the other pot skexy. Step up.
I love
Another
that
great
sexy
one.
got in there.
Yeah, I really loved
got
it.
in there.
So I think one of the reasons this character also fit you so nicely is that you are a genuine fan of both these guys. You didn't we obviously did research, but you knew both these dudes pretty in and out.
At least their work for sure. Like, and then studying their life was a joy because it's my gospel was Never Ending Story, which is not either of them, but same. Like Dark Crystal is like my favorite movie.
I was
The
gonna say,
Muppet Show.
never any start. But you love this world.
Yeah.
Little known inside Lloyd's, muscular exterior, there is a nerd. There is a nerd in there.
Jim Henson was the first person that was a celebrity that when they died, I was very upset.
Huh.
Like, I remember very clearly, I think I was in 9th grade, 7th grade, and I was like, no. And up until that point, Hollywood and anybody who made movies was like on another planet.
Yeah, no, it was tough. That was tough. It was it was earlier than you think it was, man. We were even younger than that. I think we were, I don't remember how old, but it came out of nowhere.
Yeah. He
All
just
right.
worked himself to death.
Here we go. It was also part of his religious beliefs. He didn't believe in medicine.
Oh, like Christian Scientist or something?
Kinda. It was in there somewhere. Here we
You
go.
get your butt kicked. Your Muppet Snuffleupagus stuff is butt kiss. A broke for Igno. And the comics code. So keep your frog and pig show moving right along down the road.
I'm glad you got that out. That anger can clutter your mind. But you're a creative
Yeah.
man, Stanley. Yeah. So let's just
Remember how many
leave it
takes of that
behind.
Kermit we did?
Yeah, it's terrible. So my Kermit the Frog impression is based on doing a Kermit the Frog impression 30,000 times and then choosing the words that work. I had a tough time with this one. I found Jim Henson's voice in Ralph the Dog.
Yep.
If you do an
Yes.
impression of Ralph the Dog, you can find the actual Jim
Well,
Henson.
Ralph the Dog was Jim Henson's
Correct.
first character.
Oh,
makes
I
sense.
believe he's definitely one of. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
one
might
of
be
the
right.
earlier, before Kermit, for sure.
Before Kermit, before all that stuff. Yeah. I love the beat in this one too. But yeah, man, I like this battle a lot. I think my body looks like I'm in my head. Like when you're watching my body move, doesn't it look like I'm thinking too hard? Because I was.
No.
Oh, I
I think
so.
that's exactly like that's what Jim Henson was like. He's like a storm cloud, you know? Look at him. Look at it. That's what I think. I mean, every time we watch these videos and react to them, I feel like we're patting each other on the back. But I think
We're just
there are
enjoying
things
it.
that- yeah, I could have never done that. I could never have pulled that character off. There's an ability for you to do that stuff. One of the things I want to do on the live stream is do like my top 5 performances of you, and maybe if you feel like it, do the other way. I think that would be interesting. But this one of my favorites about it is just it's so subtle but it's not low energy by any means.
Thanks, man. I'm turning a little red in the cheeks. I appreciate that.
Right.
I love Jim Henson. I knew I couldn't mess it up. You know what I mean? This was probably one of the roles I worked the hardest on trying to get. And thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, let's awkwardly watch it again. Oh, and first of all, Andrew Sherman props again. Look at this Sesame Street world he created. Like, this is just a digital Sesame Street that hugs you. I love it.
Yeah. And the hair and makeup is
killer.
I wonder where that sweater is.
It's in the storage somewhere. Whip.
Oh, I have that still.
Bust it out.
Count and spell. Then you tie your own kids out and drop your wife harder than you flopped on SNL. I'm telling you, Henson, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I'm a marvel of a party pooper. I'll snap your turtleneck like a doozer stick and put you out to pasture.
That's fantastic. Crystal Pratt is asking, are we having Rhett and Link coming back into the mix, or when are they? As soon as we can, as soon as possible.
We'd love to get those guys back onto the battles, but they're very busy these days. They're doing Jimmy Fallon and things of that nature.
Are they really? Are they on Jimmy Fallon?
Excelsior! They're like regulars on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Those guys.
I know.
Those guys.
Anyway, that's my favorite part.
I'm sorry, Jim. Sometimes I can't control my rage. Honestly, there's a lot of things
this
you
line.
can't control at my age.
It's dark.
No, it's great.
Or not dark. It's serious. It's serious.
I like that.
But the truth is, I miss you. You were gone too soon. You were like watching a beautiful sunset at noon.
Yeah, the pan out. It's great.
So I have to move us so you can see. This is my favorite moment when Kermit the Frog walks off.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Most of the internet thought that you died 12 years
It makes me
ago.
cry a little bit.
Yeah. That's like props to our crew too for like when you do a shoot like that, you have to be in an environment where you can like trust people. I just talked over the whole moment. Sorry.
No, please. I'm
But, like,
listening
you
to
gotta
you.
Trust. I don't even see John Na behind the camera anymore.
Oh,
I don't
no.
I don't even feel Andy anymore, and that's not an insult. That's a compliment of like.
Yeah, they let you get emote. John Na, Andy, everybody on the set is amazing, but John Na has a special gift. He's been our camera operator since battle number 2. He's got a special gift for disappearing, but also being there when you need him. He'll give you that smile or chuckle when you need to know if something was funny or not.
Yeah. And the big laugh too. His laugh is like part of the thing I'm going for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you can make John. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going.
Between us, we're two minds of the same kind, and there is no man who could ever muck with what we've left
Thanks,
behind.
Chris Kellogg.
I rock the mic.
Come on, Zach.
Oh, come on, Zach.
Turning profits, I got the key. I'm the juggernaut.
I'm going to turn the volume up. Let's just watch this.
Unstoppably, the Disneyland lord of your intellectual property. So get back to work. That's my time you're wasting. I didn't buy you for billions so you could play around debating.
Okay, I got to pause real quick. Do you remember how messed up in the head we got trying to figure out where everybody was? Because it was like, they're facing this way and put your arm around each other, and then Disney comes from behind this way, so we had to turn over our shoulders. And then, like, where is he? Who's in front on the profile? That stuff does my head in.
That was like the stuff that Dave McCary did like in his sleep.
He can do it in his sleep. It's crazy. Yeah, our original director, Dave McCary, knew alignment and 360 rules and just where everybody was in his head. Uncanny. That's his gift.
Yeah.
Lloyd,
We tried to make this one like the Russians a little bit. It was similar to that when Putin comes in. He came in from behind us, I think.
yeah. This is a question on the screen from Double G. Why you make Disney so evil? Can we answer this a little bit? I don't think we made him evil.
Yeah.
I think Lloyd and I came to this battle with a lot of emotional baggage because the Disney company had just bought Maker Studios, which owned Epic Rap Battle of History. So we had just gotten bought out. And it was so weird to be like, we didn't own, when this battle was made, we had just found out that we did not own the Epic Rap Battle of History anymore. And the Walt Disney Company did. And that was a very strange emotional experience. So I think we vented through our art. We did not try to make them evil, but we definitely were like, this is weird.
Yeah. And to their credit, I will say that Disney never blinked an eye at this. They
were
enjoyed
dope.
this.
They were
And
great.
They never told us how to make the battles.
Never.
It wasn't about what they did. It was just about, at least for me, that feeling, being such an independent artist for so long, that feeling of being like, what?
I think it was maybe even fear. I think we were scared a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'd also have to say the same thing. Disney was dope. They never messed with season 5. They didn't say anything about what we could or couldn't make. And then they have, we aren't with them anymore, and that was peaceful and positive. So,
yeah. But for this battle,
it's hilarious.
It works that way. Like Disney can be that way. He's not evil here. He's just, like, excuse the expression, he's just big dicking on both these guys because they do.
Yeah,
and
they do Disney own everything. And yes, KRC Main says, so he was right. He did own the whole series, LOL Epic. Yes, that was the gag. He owned the whole series. As he put his arms around both me and Lloyd, playing Stan Lee and Jim Henson, whose work he owns, he also owned me and Lloyd's work as Jim Henson and Stan Lee. It was fucking Inception-y.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Flat circle, bro. It
is a flat circle. Let's watch raps.
You belong to Disney, which means you stay busy cranking out magic and assembly line whimsy. Artists begging me to stop. I won't let them. Labor conditions in my show. I don't sweat them.
That was the hardest thing we did. That was like the biggest. Isn't that the biggest insult we did on Disney? Labor conditions in my shop. I don't sweat them.
Yeah, I mean that, or the joke about owning this whole series wasn't a hard joke.
That is true.
Most,
that's when people say, "Why'd you make Disney so bad?" What does he say that isn't true? But even the sweatshop thing is like, they have a lot of sweatshop, in there. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, anything that big has got awful skeletons in the closet.
Sure.
Anything that big.
But I don't think they're even awful. Like, they're just big. But God bless them.
Yeah.
That face.
Thank you, Lizzie Sledgehammer. Zach is legendary. He's an amazing writer. That is true.
Whoa. Well, wow.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
We will
Lizzie.
tell that to Zach.
We'll tell that to. We should call Zach on Skype. Forget this Atul guy.
You were always bummed about these circles. They were a little less perfect than
I wasn't bummed. It was just super hard. So we wanted to make circles be drawn out of fairy dust that looked like the Disney logo. But if you look at where his fingers go, it looked like that. So we solved it by making these circles that morph. So we had to match up with his fingers.
Looks like the light show, which makes sense.
Yeah, we had to match it with his fingers, and he didn't. He drew in the air. Unlike your Picasso, remember when you did the Picasso letters? Those lined up really well. But these did not. So they shift.
With only 3 circles,
see?
I dominate the
and then they become a Mickey.
Clearly, there's nobody near me. I'm owning this battle. In fact, I own this
Great
whole
take.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, Zach, when are we gonna get him back in a battle, man? He's prime.
We're trying. We got his pen, which is good.
Exactly.
So many jokes.
He's writing some great stuff. I wish he sent over a demo for one of the ones we're working on, and it's just fantastic. These fireworks are reused. No, actually, they're not. We tried to reuse the ones from George Washington, and they didn't work, so we had to get new fireworks. Oh my God, he would play an excellent Kylo Ren.
Man, every time I want to hate that actor, I can't.
No, he's great.
He's the best in everything he's in.
He's so sweaty and delicious. He's
so
fantastic.
Good.
Yeah, he's great. Hold on. Zach is the best thing about this show. No offense, you guys. None taken. None taken.
None taken.
But here's the thing. If it wasn't for us, Zach wouldn't do the show. Right? Wait. Zach's the best thing about the show for sure.
On your face and green in your pocket. You'll be safe and insured when you're under my employ. Now look at it. Gaze of
So quick trivia. Every single person on the screen is Mary Doodles. In I think maybe 30 different costume changes and wig changes. So we did suspenders and shirt with a couple of different wigs, and then a dress with a couple of different wigs. And then she actually drew all these things you can barely even see them, can you?
Well, it's like a lot of logos. Like you'll see a lot of them are logos or different companies. You can even see.
It's all the stuff that Disney owned at the time and a bunch of art and stuff. Man, if we had these, if we had Patreon back in the day, we would have probably sent these to people. But I think they just got thrown away. Is that possible? I think they did.
I hope not. Oh my gosh! Thank you, Foxstock. Foxstock has a question. We'll have to get to that in a bit.
Jeez.
Thank you again, dude.
No, I'll pause for Foxstock's questions.
Yeah.
Okay. The hive mind. Well, okay. Let's come back to. I'll come back to this question. It's a good question. Let's watch the end of this battle. Why is the outro for this one so long?
Because you wanted to do that.
Oh, dude, I know why this outro was so long. Somebody asked. Because we thought this was the last battle ever. This was going to be the last battle ever.
Yeah, maybe. We thought about it, but
no,
we didn't last so long.
No, we did season 5, but this is when we thought it was kind of get shut down.
Yeah, I never really thought that.
Oh, good. All right, good. But anyway, that's why this outro is so long, I think, because I thought it was over. I thought this was the last one.
Yeah. Never. ERB never dies.
Okay, this question. The Hive Mind poll you put out, any personal favorites? You don't have to say, if you don't want to sway votes, of course. This is in reference to, we put out a poll on the ERB social, on the YouTube page ERB on the social tab that we would love for you to participate in. Not you. Well, you can, but the people out there.
I didn't even see that. When did you put
It just went out. And
cool.
It's got a Patreon favorite that I'm curious what other people think about.
Fantastic. Yeah, if you haven't, we've been posting more regularly on that community tab in the YouTube page. So if you don't check it out, check it out. We have other social medias and stuff too, but it's nice to have that page on the YouTube channel to talk to you guys. And there are some cool bells and whistles.
It's got nice technologies.
Yeah, it's got bells and whistles. Well, thanks for watching us react to that. This week, our reaction was brought to you by our Reactor of the Week. And for the Reactor of the Week, what do we got?
I'm listening to you. I'm pointing to a comment, giving a thumbs up while you talk about the Reactor of the Week. I'm intrigued. Here, let me get out of here.
I'm a big fan of reactors on ERB. Everybody knows this. I love watching them. I love watching people laugh at stuff we make. So I have to say that there's a guy named the Matthews Fam. He's a great reactor, and he's getting my shout out this week because he was the first reactor that I watched after we took that long break. There was like pre and post break reactors on the ERB series, and I got to watch him see rap battles for the first time because we had been gone for a long time, and YouTube moves quick, So, maybe people think we're gone or whatever, but I guess his son introduced him to the battle, and it was really satisfying to watch this guy who knows a lot about rap and battle rap and stuff to be like, what are I think it was Burger King versus McDonald's. He was like, what's going on here? Are these guys actually going to rap? Are they actually good? And it was a really nice, genuine, honest reaction, and it was filled with a lot of joy. So shout out to Matt.
You got to watch this dude check us out for the first time and go, are these guys going to suck or not? And then see us, and I'm sure assume we were going to suck.
Well, I think as soon as you see the costumes and you hear the logo, you know something's up.
Okay.
And when that battle, the song for, the beat for Burger King versus Ronald McDonald's, maybe one of my favorite rap beats all time. And you're like, okay, this is at least a cool song. Like, this isn't like a Casio piano or whatever. So, but it was definitely cool to see because it'd been that long break, and people were just starting to get back into it. Anyway, there you go.
Here's some quick suggestions to throw at you. Chaplin versus Mr. Bean. Maybe we talk about it a lot, but what about Charlie Chaplin versus Orson Welles? What about Orson Welles in general? Supposed to be one of the greatest filmmakers ever made. I've never seen what's that movie he made? The big one.
Rosebud?
The Rosebud one. What is that? Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane.
Never seen it. I got to see it. So I started to watch it, and I was like, this is fucking boring.
In the words of Peter Griffin, it's his sled.
Yeah.
The name of his sled. There, I just saved you 3 boobless hours.
Okay. Beastie Boys versus either the Beach Boys or Run DMC. What do you think? Can we get the Beastie Boys in there? What's the deal?
Beastie Boys versus Run DMC is
pretty amazing. No? You're lukewarm? You're tepid?
it's just so hard to do rappers rapping. You know, it's so hard to do a parody of a rapper rapping as himself. The only person that pulled it off, I think, is Weird Al doing Eminem.
Sure.
But because he's changing the words, but we're not making joke battle raps. They're just more understandable because of the context. So it's really difficult to do rappers, you know?
So you're saying you're too much of a puss to do it. Is that, I just
Well,
want to make
also,
sure.
they're produced by the same guy. They're like from the same record label. They're like, I think Run DMC was Def Jam. I don't know. I should know this. I don't remember.
I think I threw away my Puss in Boots book, which makes me really angry. That would have been the perfect moment to hold it up on screen.
Puss in Boots? Yeah.
All right, a couple more for you, and then we're out of here. Dr. Jekyll, and I assume, and Mr. Hyde versus Dr. Frankenstein, and get the angry video game nerd dude in it. I love the angry video game nerd dude, so I'd get him in anything. But Dr. Frankenstein, I think, would confuse people, because even though everybody knows that's not the monster, everyone would expect the monster. Right?
Yeah.
No one's going to be like, oh, that's the guy who made the monster.
That's like Dr. Frankenstein. It's the same thing. Dr. Frankenstein is the doctor, and Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein's monster.
That's what I'm saying. So he wants to have Dr. Frankenstein in a battle. I think people would be like, oh? Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, these are... Okay, what about this one? This might be the last question for you, Lloyd. Lee Harvey Oswald versus John Wilkes Booth. It's a comment suggestion. Lot there. What do you think?
That's the best one today. That's interesting to me. It's a little dark, but I don't mind that.
Okay.
We've been looking for a way to do Kennedy, and you don't like the voice, so you could at least get him in that one.
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm open to doing Kennedy now.
I like Lee Harvey Oswald versus John Wilkes Booth. It's an easy. You could make it.
There's a lot there.
Funny. It could be funny. There's a lot there.
Yeah. Like fuck both those guys a little bit, like a lot, but at the same time, you fuck Hitler too, and he made for a great rap battle. So
yeah. And I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but you look at some of that stuff on John Wilkes or Lee Harvey Oswald, and you're like, what?
It was cell phone towers killed John F. Kennedy. First of all, cell phone. It's a joke. People, what? There's a whole book, big thick book, where a dude explored all the conspiracy theories and nothing panned out.
Should I bust out the raps?
Yeah, wrap us out of here. It's time to call it a day. Thank you, Atul. Thank you. Atul got the joke.
Cool.
Oh, first, can I get my rapping challenge? Can I get my first challenge, and then
it.
you'll do an actual good job? Any character, any battle, any character, any battle. I'm going to try and do their verse without messing up. What do you think, Lloyd?
I think that. You want me to give you one?
Yeah, or we can wait for people.
Check. I want you to
Easter Bunny rap. I can do that in my sleep. How you gonna battle? I invented hip-hopping. My little tail swinging and my big ears flopping. The Easter Bunny, baby, I deserve to be arrogant. You ugly, rapist, pelt-wearing barbarian. Ooh, what you gonna do? You got a bucket on your head and a Fu Manchu. The Great Wall couldn't be... Fuck, I messed it up, man.
Did I mess you up with
No, well, you did mess me up a little bit.
You know what we should do? Dang it. Why do I think of these things on the fly? We should get Zach on here and do the Philosophers live.
Oh, sure. It's very hard to rap live because of the delay, but whatever. What you got?
All right, here we go. I'm going to try not to mess this up. Got a couple requests to do Batman and Robin. I don't do Robin that much. You know, I don't bring him out too much. I really only rap as Robin when he's needed. Boy, make you wonder how your ass got killed. Bite harder than those hounds down in Baskerville. Blast you with that bat whack rap repellent. Repel a building, such a villain, then by dinner be chillin'. Got a secret about your homegirl Irene Adler. Took her back to my nest of Van Pauker splatter. I'll shatter that fiddle with a chop of the hand. Holy Conan Doyle's what? I'm Frederick the Great, out the gate, first serving a state. Oblique attack tactics ain't exactly straight. I got creative talents and battle malice. Hard as steel on the fields, John Teal in the ballast. Russia's fucked up and no wonder why. With your tundras and tigers and bears, oh my. I would pay a guy to tear out my eyes if I had a look at your troll face every night. Now bring me my chair. I'm weary from tearing you a new derriere. From here to Red Square, fought a 7 years war. I ain't scared of a czar, cause beating you only took me 12 bars. Hey, thanks for coming to the Hump Day Show, everybody. It's been a pleasure as always. We're back here on Wednesday. We'll have some things in store for you. You guys are so generous. Really appreciate all of you guys who would donate to the super chat. We're working hard. We got more stuff on the way. What a good week.
What a good week. Peace, bros. All right, Lloyd, I'm going to blast some tunes.
All right.
That's Jackpot Golden Boys on the screen. Oh, was that peeking out this whole time, Alex? Was that clipping? I'm so embarrassed. Jackpot Golden Boys are a band based out of England. Check them out. I believe it's youtube.com/Jackpot Golden Boys. They got videos. They got songs. They make great music. Jackpot Golden Boys.
2 terms.
Well, that's funny. I didn't know that was left in the beat.